Okay, so the war of words between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland, the middleweight champ, it has started. It has begun. Of course, Khamzat Chimaev got the job done at the weekend. Sean Strickland was not impressed with his performance. He said that he doesn't deserve the title fight. You probably saw the video that I put on this morning, but we have a response from Boers, the Wolf, the one and only Khamzat Chimaev, the #1 contender, according to Dana White. So let's have a look. As I say, Sean Strickland was not overly impressed, said that he doesn't deserve the title fight, but he'll fight him. So here is what Khamzat had to say in response. You are the next, don't worry. You know how fast I can finish you. Because of course they have trained with one another. They have shared the mats. They've been in the gym. They've sparred with one another. And listen, Sean Strickland wasn't impressed because, look, listen. First round was fantastic for Khamzat Chimaev. Round 2, a little bit lackluster, okay? Not lackluster. It was a good fight. It was competitive. But it was nothing like round 1. So Sean Strickland's looking at that. He's licking his chops and he's thinking, brother. He's not from Dagestan or anywhere like that. But he's thinking 5 rounds, I will destroy this man. But here is what Khamzat had to say in his defense, to be fair, because apparently he did break his hand. So let's have a look. He said, I dominated the guy in the first round. In the first round, last minute, I think I broke my hand. It was hard to wrestle and keep it down, so I couldn't use my right hand. So we'll see what's happening. Well, what's happening is that the fight's starting to gain momentum, starting to gain traffic, if you will. And everyone's going to want to see this fight. Khamzat Chimaev, 13-0 now, beat Gilbert Burns, beat Kamaru Usman, and wiped the floor with pretty much anybody else, you know, the likes of Kevin Holland, for example. So he's beaten some very, very good guys, and he's extremely popular. He's got a ton of followers, and he will be the #1 contender now because that's what was at stake. But he's not the only one that's ripping on Khamzat Chimaev. There's a lot of people. Paulo Costa, Paulo Costa's hilarious. He was not impressed with him one little bit. Here's what he had to say. It was worse. He said, it was worse than watching the fight. The fight was horrible. Khamzat Chimaev looks horrible. 3 rounds of horrible. He fought a 170-pound guy, short notice. The guy that doesn't even fight at 185. Usman is a legit 170. Khamzat tried to finish him in the first round. He couldn't. Then he gets out. Then I truly believe Usman beat him in the next 2 rounds. So what can I say about that, bro? He looked terrible. I mean, you can't say he looked terrible. He went out there, he got a win over Kamaru Usman. He absolutely dominated him in the first round. And if he did break his hand, we don't know that. But if he did break his hand, he doesn't have x-ray vision. You know, he's got to go get the imaging done. If he did break his hand, that would explain the slower pace, okay? It would explain the difficulty in taking him down and establishing dominance, and certainly why he didn't get a finish, you know? Or it could have been because Usman's really good and Usman's made adjustments. Usman certainly stayed calm in the first round. But, as I said, they're all coming after Khamzat Chimaev. They're not the only ones. There is Bo Nickal, the one and only wrestling phenom. Here is what he had to say about him. He was not impressed either. Let's have a listen.
I'd like to see him maybe fight an 85er. I'll get a couple more fights in. And my goal with Khamzat has always been Allegiant Stadium, sell it out for the belt, and blow the roof off that place when I smash that guy. So, you know, I think it's going to take a little more to build my reputation and get to where I want to be. And, you know, for him to get to where he needs to be in order to make that fight what it deserves, right? To give it the atmosphere that it deserves.
Anyway, so there we go. You get the idea. Bo Nickal's hot on the heels as well. He wants a piece of everybody. A fair play to Bo Nickal for trying to elevate himself and get into those discussions. Sean Strickland, Khamzat Chimaev, how does that one go down? Well, Sean's got the cardio advantage. That seems to be the big problem with Khamzat Chimaev. He's a great fighter. He's a tough guy. He's a nasty bastard inside the octagon, which I absolutely love. Goes for the finish. Takes no prisoners, okay? Right from the opening bell, he is on the hunt. Sean's a little bit more methodical, takes his time, likes to try and break people down. Against Khamzat Chimaev, you can't really do that. Now, we know Sean went out there and almost finished Izzy in round 1. The fight before that, Imavov, was it? Nasruddin Imavov? I'm not sure, regardless. The fight before that, he got a stoppage in the second round. So I think now Sean's going to grow in danger. You know, he's going to be a much, much more dangerous fighter because he had a lot of decisions on his record. He had a few stoppages, like over, who was it? Was it Jack Marshman? Regardless, he had some stoppages earlier on. But there was a lot of decisions. When you go out there and you finish the guy that he fought two fights ago, Imavov, I think it was. Don't quote me on that. When he beats him in the second round, the way that he did, a man that was undefeated, Abus Magomedov, I think it was actually, finished him in the second round, and then parlays that into a victorious title fight over Israel Adesanya, one of the best strikers, if not the best technical striker in the UFC. Well, you know, that man is going to be brimming with absolute confidence. It's like Teddy Atlas said about Leon Edwards. You get 30% better when you become the champ. Now, he will believe in himself. He will be 30% better, but more importantly, these things. He's going to be believing in these things. And on the ground, I think he can give Khamzat Chimaev some problems. Wrestling-wise, Khamzat's going to blow him out the water. Khamzat's one of the best wrestlers. Look at what he did to Kamaru Usman. And even in the third round, when he was super tired, that blast double that he hit him with, just absolutely phenomenal. He is a wrecking ball of force, one of the best wrestlers or most effective wrestlers that we see in the UFC. Even though Bo Nickal says that he's trash, the man ain't trash. So there it is. Sean Strickland says that he doesn't deserve the title fight because he beat Kamaru Usman. Let me tell you, I said it already in that early video, Kamaru Usman beat Sean, right? Khamzat was a welterweight. Sean was a welterweight. Usman was a welterweight. They're all welterweights going up to 185. Regardless, I look forward to seeing them fight, and I look forward to seeing you if you're in the UK. December 14th, I will be in London at the Indigo in the O2 Arena. Tales from the Octagon 2. I'll be coming on stage. I'll be talking about the state of mixed martial arts. I'll be making fun out, taking the piss out of myself. I'll be talking to Tom Aspinall, Paul Craig on the stage. We'll be having a few beers. We'll be having a drink. We'll be having some fun and games. There'll be meet and greets and all the rest of it. So if you want to come along, myticket.co.uk. You don't want to miss this one. It's going to be the perfect lead into UFC 296. And then Saturday, December 16th, the night of the big fight, Apollo Theatre in Manchester. Again, myself, Paul Craig and Tom Aspinall will be there. Daniel O'Reilly, known as Dapper Laughs, he'll be doing a stand-up set to start the evening. It's going to be a phenomenal night. So come along and join us. Last time, brilliant night, 3,500 people in attendance. So myticket.co.uk. One more time if you want to come and join. Anyway, Sean Strickland versus Khamzat Chimaev. The war of words is heating up. Who do you think wins that one? Because Khamzat's going to get the shot. He's extremely popular, okay? Sean Strickland just got the belt, right? I thought for Sean Strickland, the best thing would have been to fight Israel Adesanya again. Get him while he's still kind of, the confidence has been knocked. He's lost 2 out of his last 3. Strickland just beat him at his own game, okay? And would have been good to take him out, to shut up the critics, to get a massive pay-per-view, because Israel Adesanya probably shifts the most pay-per-views outside of a Khamzat Chimaev. That would have been my first pick, but now it's Chimaev. He's on deck. Then he's got Bo Nickal. There's tons of people snipping at the heels. That's the problem when you're the champ. Everybody wants a piece of you. Sean Strickland is hilarious. Look forward to see how this one plays out. Subscribe and ring the bell. I'll see you soon.